Hello, everyone. Welcome to the work. My work today is with our teacher today, Ty, and his wife was killed in a terrorist attack. And his work runs deep, and his mind is open. I invite you to open your mind as open to Ty as his mind was open. Mine certainly was. Oh, you dears. Okay, let's do this. Let's sit with Ty, and as the two of us and all of you, let's sit in this together. Let's do the work. Hello, you precious dears. Hello. Good morning from California. Hi. Those of you new to the work today, what we do here in this community is we sit in the practice of identifying the cause of our suffering. We get really still and notice what the ego is offering up. And it's something that you become just accustomed to if you learn to meditate in self-inquiry. If you feel like depressed, anxious, angry, no energy, notice, what are you thinking and believing? Just become aware. What are you thinking and believing? You know, what thoughts are running through your head? Just notice. It's a great opportunity to notice and move them from your head, what you're thinking from your head, and move it to paper. So there's your brain on paper. You've brought it into the world. You can't change your ego. It's offering up, but you can question it. And the ego's only looking for a home in your heart. Why would it do that? Because it's been split off from your heart. Heart meaning love, connection, sane. Sane, sanity is a term for fearlessness, clarity, curiosity, energy. So anytime you're holding a grudge, just move those thoughts from your head to paper. There they are, stopped. Everyone to stop your head. There they are, stopped. What you're thinking and believing. Move them to a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, always free on thework.com. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to nothing but just print. It's yours. What are you thinking and believing? The ego has like a 6-card trick. That's it. So there's 6 questions on that Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. You're holding a grudge? Checkmate, head to paper, got it. And then you question the thoughts on that worksheet. And so that's what we do here in this community. We kind of just share experiences, do the work, which is a term for self-inquiry. And it's work at first, because the ego's got to wrap its head around it. You're not trying to kill it. This is lovemaking. It's invitation. And there's no trick in it. No trickiness. No head games. Just move the game to paper on that judge sheet and sit with it. The ego will love to offer the answers up. Until eventually it's like, mind, heart, one. You think of that person you were holding a grudge on, and there's a flow. It's over. It's over. It doesn't mean you're going to call that person, be best friends. It's not like that. it's like it's over. And you notice when you are in the company of other people, you're freer in it. You're more comfortable in it. You're a better listener. You're more aware. Awareness. Ty, you have a question?
I do, yes. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. Hey, Ty.
Hello, hello. Okay. So I logged in today. I have actually been trying to fill out the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet,
Oh,
but
yay. Yay. What a trip, huh?
yeah,
It really
same.
takes stillness. I love that worksheet, anchoring in one situation and collecting what it's quite an experience. It's that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what a trip.
So the reason I've been filling in and I've been struggling a little bit is because I'm filling in about a person who's already passed away. So to give
But
some
they're living in
context,
you. They're living in you, just like people alive. Yeah.
yeah. Um, so I'd love some guidance with that, and maybe we can even actually try to do the work. We're talking about my wife, who was actually killed in a terror attack on the 1st of October this
Honey.
past year.
Ah. Oh
Yeah.
my. Oh my. Let's do this. What did you fill in for number one?
So that's what I've been trying to formulate it. It's a little bit not
Okay.
easy.
Okay.
'Cause
So
I'm not,
so I'll support you through it. So let's say number one.
so yeah, it says I am, and then
Like you're sitting here, right now. Your wife was killed in a
that's right.
terrorist attack. Is it true?
Is it true that she was killed?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. So your answer is yes. So now, how do you react? What happens? Notice what happens when you think the thought she was killed in a terror attack last October. Notice what happens, honey. Notice what happens. Notice you see an image of her in your head.
Hmm.
And what does that look like when you think she was killed on a terrorist attack? You see an image of her in your head. What does it look like when you're thinking, believing that?
Well, the images that
No,
I
not
have are
images,
actually
image.
when I think about her death, it's more of a feeling, I guess, that I'm getting in my
Okay,
body.
there have to have images when you think she was killed in a terrorist attack.
Hmm. I
This takes a lot of
remember,
courage.
yeah.
Did you see her being killed?
No, I chose not to look at her body after.
Okay, and did you see it before while she was being killed?
No, I wasn't with her.
Okay, and it was a terrorist attack. Was she shot? Was she
Yeah, she was killed with a single bullet to the forehead. Yes.
okay? So how do you react when you think the thought she was killed in a terrorist attack? You just shared that with us. You see her being shot in the head and falling to the ground dead, and you're not with her. You see that too.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know what it did look like, but I have
Yeah, but
an
it doesn't
imaginary
stop
image of
you
her.
from imagining.
That's
It
right.
it doesn't matter. We're looking at how you react when you think the thought. You see that image in your head.
That's correct.
Okay. And you see you weren't with her. And what emotions happen when you see that image in your head? When you think the thought she was killed in a terrorist attack.
Um,
And you see her falling to
well,
the ground in your mind's eye.
a lot of helplessness on my behalf, also for her, a lot of sadness. frustration.
And where do you feel the sadness be there now when you're,
Most of the emotions that I feel, they're mostly in my chest. I also feel my pulse rising.
so just honor that, you know,
Yeah.
you're sitting in the image. Okay. Now, who are you without the thought she was killed in a terrorist attack? Notice, have you ever brushed your teeth without the thought? Have you looked at your life without the thought she was killed in a terrorist attack?
Yes, I've had,
There,
fortunately, many wonderful moments without that thought.
okay, so just be there. You've had wonderful moments without the thought.
Definitely.
So notice
Many.
who you are with it and who you are without it. And we can't stop ourselves from thinking about it. So you can
Absolutely.
honor both with and without the sadness and without the sadness. Just notice the cause of your sadness. It's what you're thinking and believing when you think, and it's what shows up when you're thinking the thought she was killed in a terrorist attack. She
Yes.
was killed in a terrorist attack, turned around. She was not killed in a terrorist attack. In your head, a large portion of your life, when you're not
Meaning
thinking,
the majority of my
when
life.
you're not thinking it.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's okay to think it, and it's okay when you're not thinking it. Now, notice who you are without it. You did well with that. She was killed in a terrorist attack, turned around. I was.
Most of them. Mm.
I was.
I-
I was a killed in her terrorist attack. So just feel that. We're not doing a little game here. This is your life. I was killed in a terrorist attack. When you're thinking and believing she was killed in a terrorist attack, it's like you just, part of your life just dies.
Definitely a big feeling that I've been having. Yes. A huge part of my life. Well, my entire life was altered in a very real way. Yes.
So notice who you are with the thought and those times without the thought. Now you can honor both. You can welcome both
Yeah, absolutely.
because you understand the cause of your suffering. It's when that image comes to mind that it's not an enemy. It's a way of being with her. It's just another way of thousands of ways of being with her. She's at the market, you're at home, you're thinking of her when she was alive.
That's true.
She lived in you just like she's living in you now. And you're okay. So, in that situation, when you're thinking the thought, and she was killed in a terrorist attack, what do you want? Go to the time when they told you she was killed. What
At the
is that
time,
situation when you found out she had been killed?
ideally, I would have loved for.
No, no, ideally, when they told you, where were you?
I was at the morgue.
Physically.
I was at a morgue
At a
in
mall.
a room where her body was.
Okay. And and you didn't know she was dead prior to that?
No, it was through our own initiative. We went looking for her because she didn't respond to us, and eventually we ID'd her body at the morgue
Okay.
through some
So in that
tattoos.
situation, what do you want? What do you want her? What do you want in that situation where you learned she was killed in a terrorist attack and you're there with her body? What do you want?
Wanted for her to be alive.
Okay, you want her to be alive. Okay. Anything else? Any other want?
I want us to be able to continue our lives together.
Yeah.
I want us to be able to have kids together. That was a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, big one. Okay, so be there now. You're looking at her body. Okay. You want her to be alive. Get really still. You want her to be alive. Is it true?
It's true that I want it. Yes, absolutely.
So just the answer is yes. Just try one syllable, and I'll ask you again, and just say yes with nothing else. Okay. You want her to be alive. Be there now. Is it true?
Yes.
And notice. Be there now. You're looking at her. Notice how you react. What happens when you think that thought and she's gone? There she is, lifeless.
Yeah. Um,
So
Feeling
emotionally,
it. Yeah.
emotionally, track your body. Where's those pain? Where
A
do you
lot of
feel?
shaking, a lot of adrenaline, feeling of almost being like shocked or frozen, huge feeling of helplessness,
And
kind of feeling like it's all a kind of surreal dream, almost like I'm looking at it. I remember those moments very vividly, and
yeah,
it felt like I wasn't experiencing them like any other moment. Like I was looking at them more from a distance almost.
yeah, yeah, the ego. There's a shift in identity. There was we, you and her. And now there's just you.
That's
So
right.
your identity has shifted. There's no her to validate we.
That's
Huge. It's like what you're describing. It's like we even have out of body experience. It's like the ego is trying to, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What am I? It just, it's no longer this married man, no longer she and I. It's just lost. Yeah, like out of body experience. It's like the ego just trying to find a grip.
that's right.
Want her to be alive. Look at her, sweetie, without the thought. Don't fly away. Look at her there. You saw her, but you didn't see her. So look, take some time out. I want her to be alive. Continue to look at her. I don't want her to be alive. Why might that also be true? I don't want her to be alive.
It might be true because I'm
No,
assuming that,
okay.
sorry?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just I've asked myself that question many times, I suppose, and it might be true that I don't want her to be alive because I don't necessarily know what her journey or what her body's journey was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And ultimately not even my own journey or her parents' journey, her sisters,
Yeah.
whoever that might be.
I have one. Would you like to hear it? Continue to look at her. Look at her. No
Yes,
moving away this time, just looking at her. She'll never suffer again.
absolutely.
Yeah, she'll,
Yeah,
that's worth a celebration.
yeah, yeah. I do. I have looked at that many times that the ones suffering are all of us left behind, essentially.
Okay, so continue looking at her. Be there now. I want her to be alive, turned around. I want me to.
Yeah, I want me to be alive. Very
Yeah,
much so.
yeah. So when you're thinking of her, you're not alive. You're in like this kind of fantasy land. But when you're thinking of her and it's painful, it's a worksheet. When you're thinking of her and all the good times, you may miss her and mourn her, but is that pain or love? Like notice the times when you're thinking of her and it's so painful.
Yeah,
So is that pain or is that love?
yeah. I've noticed that when I do feel a lot of pain, it's mostly because it's a desire for the future that I wish we could have had more experiences. But actually, when I look back, it's almost nostalgic in a way to the experience that we did share together. Then I mostly feel a sense of gratitude. And I
Yeah.
actually remember telling my best friend, the man who actually married the two of us that same night, that was the main feeling that I had after we left the morgue. It was a sense of gratitude that very same night for having been so fortunate to have
So
lived.
you were just married for minutes?
No, no, no. We were married for altogether, the relationship was about 6 years. We were
Oh,
married for about a year and a half.
yeah.
But the same night she was killed, when he was driving me away from the morgue, I already was mostly feeling that sense of gratitude. That was probably after we had left. That's mostly what I felt.
Yeah. Yeah, to think of her, you know, when when you were in the kitchen having coffee at some time,
Yes.
and you think she's in the bathroom,
Hmm.
and that's just so nice as you're making your coffee. But for all you know, she stepped outside.
It's true.
But so comfortable thinking, you know, she's in the bathroom, she's coming, just same. You have, she is, the point is, she is who you imagine her to be when you think she's in the bathroom and she stepped outside. But it's like death. You have her, that's not her. She's not in the bathroom. You have no idea where she is, but you're just so comforted in it.
That's true.
So, all of you, states of mind, not right, not wrong. We're just making friends with I, I, this, identities, this gift of life. And the gift of life doesn't always feel like a gift. It could use a little inquiry, but it hurts. And that's how we know we're off. We're out of this life where we are, not past, not future, but present, knowing the difference between what is real and what is not. What is real is you didn't know where she was when she was.
Yes.
Stephen is who I imagine him to be, and so far so good. May not be his experience, but he has his Stephen and I have my Stephen. Yeah. All imagined, not right or wrong, just we can be happy. We can be happy with or without the people we love most dearly. And we could even feel like traitors to think such a thought. That's not love, you know? Love is without condition.
Yeah. And I know for a fact that she wants me to be as happy as possible, even though she's passed from this world with that body.
Yeah, yeah, good to know. Good to know, good to honor. And it sounds like you've done a pretty good job, sweetie. Sounds like you're doing really well with, as few rough edges. Let's continue to move. I say few rough edges because here we are, and we're just seeing what's left. You want to continue. You want her to continue your life together. Is it true? I think you've already solved that. She lives in you when she was alive. You thought she was in the bathroom. She lives with you in death.
She does, yeah. She used to say it many times that there was Shachar, that was her name, and then there's Shachar's body, and the two things.
She's ready.
Yeah,
It was quick.
that the two things were together for a while until they weren't, and
And now they are again.
yeah,
There's her as you believe her to be, and then there's her who is not.
that's right.
Yeah, can have it all, just like you're in the kitchen, she's in the bathroom. No, she's not. She walked outside, but she still lives in you. Let's
Absolutely.
look at 3. Let's look at you want to have kids. You wanted to have kids together.
We did.
Yeah. So notice how you react. What happens when you think the thought, and she's gone, and you think the thought, we wanted to have kids together. I wanted to have kids together. Notice we're looking at the cause of sadness, the cause of separation. I mean, you even leave her. It's like you're leaving, the ego leaves her out of the equation. Ego has her killed, and then you see the two of you with the baby, and you see that dream, and the kids growing up, and you see that dream, and how do you react? What happens to your life in those moments? emotionally?
The main thing that comes up, even though it's not very logical, is that I let her down by not giving her the experiences of becoming a mother, because I know how important it was for her. Even though this entire situation is as far as out of my hands as a situation could be.
So notice the emotional when you think the thought, wanted to have kids together. And you see those thoughts in your head that you just described. Notice the sadness and the regret.
Yeah. It's a very, very deep and huge sadness. Yeah.
Okay, find a place where it was you were experiencing that. Do you see it on a couch at home or
Yes.
yeah,
On the couch right here at home. Yeah, actually.
yeah. And who would you be without the thought? I let her down. We wanted to have kids together. Who would you be without the thought? Now look around the room. Are you okay? Let's get real and notice you're on the couch. Okay, so notice, are you on the couch or a chair right now?
I'm currently on a chair.
Okay, so notice the chair holding you. It's not complaining. It's not saying, get off of me, you're too heavy, you didn't thank me, you didn't ask me first. None of that, okay? Just get anchored. Look around the room, look at the walls, the ceiling there. If it rains, I mean, you're not going to get wet. What a gift. The walls, they don't say, you don't appreciate me, you never thank me. I mean, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good. There's nothing in this world that isn't here to serve you, life and death, and life and death. So who are you without the thought, I want, we wanted to have kids together. I wanted to have kids with her. Other than what you're thinking and believing in those images in your head of those kids
Mhm.
in your mind. Who are you without the thought?
Without the thought, I'm a
Just
very,
notice it's like a dream in your head. It's the ego offers it up, not right, not wrong, it's just not real. It's a trance. And to just get still where you are, and just notice, just anchor on the walls and everything. Come home. You're in the past, you're in the future. It
true.
gets really weird out there in our heads
It really,
as we sit in the gift of life. And it's an amazing gift to cry, scream, and just emote. It's just everything from anger to gratitude that she's not here suffering this life, that her work's done. We don't leave too early, we leave on time. It's just the people that love us haven't caught up with that yet.
yeah,
Like timing in this world. We don't get to call the shots.
yeah,
Yeah. Ego thinks it's doing really great. Like I am sitting here. It's these dreams. Life is a dream, and that's a beautiful thing. But when we're not doing well, there's a way to wake up.
definitely.
I
I'd like
want
to ask a question actually about that sentence, because I've used that sentence with many people, and
which
some of
step?
the sentence that we leave this world right on time.
Oh, yeah.
Never too early or never too soon.
Yeah,
Or too late, sorry.
it's hard to argue with.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I do, for the big, vast majority of my experience, I do experience that and live by that.
Mhm.
But I have had some people, namely her sisters, for example, get quite worked up and almost angry at me for saying those sentences because
Honey, then stop saying them.
yeah,
Yeah, comforting is to comfort them is medicine. To become a teacher by what we say, sometimes does not go over well.
that's right.
Yeah, because that's their beloved too. And
Of
you
course.
see, she died on time.
Yeah,
Yeah, with all the love in your heart, everyone doesn't see it that way, and they're very clear about that with you. So the way to comfort them is um, is to comfort them with sometimes just being still and just holding them, or just having, for some of us, it takes courage to sit in another person's suffering.
absolutely.
A lot of courage. Sometimes they just need a cup of tea, whether they drink it or not. It's meaningful.
That's another thing that I've noticed that I've become this just my being or me meeting someone causes this sense of sadness or suffering just because they see me. Even your reaction to the story
Yeah,
was that of some suffering, and it's natural, obviously, but
yeah,
even when I'm not in that story, just my stepping into a room can turn people's faces into those of sadness or um, remorse or whatever that might be. And it's an interesting thing to be walking with that around. It's almost like I have a sign or a shirt that says, be sad when you look at me, in a
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. So listen, be open to it. It's our attempt at kindness.
of course,
Yeah. So just be patient with us. Yeah, we don't know how to. There was you before your wife's death, and now there's you with her death, and they don't know who you are. They knew who you were, but they don't know who you are. And so it's as their friend, just let them comfort you. Maybe you could use it more than you think. Yeah, get to
absolutely.
know what love is from just open mind, open heart, receiving, witnessing. Yeah. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time at homewithbk.com. Let's do the work.